Hello, welcome to this week's Level 1 class. We're going to get started. This week we're going to start on a little bit for the abs, not going to do as much as last week. We're going to focus on the lower traps again, and we're going to do a little bit more for the glutes. So we're going to bring a bit more of a focus there and try to build on the side series because that's our technique tutorials at the moment. So we'll come on to the hands and knees. We'll get started, a little bit of a warm up. So hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, tuck the elbows in, toes tucked underneath the feet, lift the knees up off the mat, let them hover, and then rest back down. All the time, point those elbows back towards the toes, lift the knees again, and lower back down. As we do this, we're just very gently bracing the core, getting our abdominals activated. 3, 2 more, 2, and one last one. Lift the knees up, and then lower back down. We're going to come into a plank now. So if you don't want to straighten the legs fully, you can bring the knees back and keep yourself in a plank like this. But we're going to try and straighten the legs up. Keep those elbows pointing back. Shoulder blades together. Hands below the shoulders. And keeping that lower back flat. Don't let it arch. Keep it flat and don't bring the hips up into the air. A nice straight line from the shoulders down to the heels. One last one. And then rest the knees down. Perfect. Hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips again. Left foot out to the side as wide as you can. And tilt the body to the left. Right foot out as wide as you can. And tilt the body to the right. Left foot again. So it's getting a lateral flexion and an internal rotation of the hip. Loosen out. Good. One last one to the left. And then final one to the right. Perfect. And then we're going to lie down flat on the stomach first. Hands beside the shoulders. And just straightening the elbows. Arching the back. Shoulder blades are back and down. Have the chin tucked in so you're not arching the neck back. And then rest back down. And lift again. And back down. One last one. Lift the chest up, arching the back as much as you can. So we're compressing the back of the disc, and that's just pushing the little soft central disc back towards the middle, so it stops any disc bulges from occurring. And then rest back down. Good. Turn over onto your back now. So head resting onto our blocks. Hands by the side, make yourself comfortable. First thing we're going to do is imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, and just a couple of toe taps. So again, we're just looking to activate the lower abs. Good. And just while we're on the mat, we can get better feedback because we're pushing our back into something that's hard, so we can get into the right position. And as we tap the feet, if you feel the back lifting, you know the abs are disengaging. So you want to just contract and reinforce them, push down even harder. 2, last one, and then bring the legs down onto the mat. First thing we're going to do, we're just going to come through some bridges. We're going to exaggerate these bridges. So in the express class this week, I brought the focus towards the upper abs. We're trying to build a little bit of that into this class as well. So hands onto the lower part of the ribs, big deep breath in, expand the ribs as wide as you can, and then breathe all the air out. And let the ribs come together. That's where you want to have them. Big deep breath in and breathe all the way out, and that's where you want it. And as you bring those ribs down and in, squeeze the abs, squeeze the stomach muscles as tight as you can. Big deep breath in again, let the ribs pull apart, breathe all the way out, pulling those ribs in, and then hold the ribs there. We're going to keep the ribs down and in, imprint the spine, exaggerate the imprint as you roll the hips back, and lift the hips up, and then back down. Good. Keep those ribs down and in, roll the hips back and lift, and lower back down. So we're not going to come out of the imprint as you come down, so you're going to keep that back flat all the time, and then roll the hips back, exaggerating the imprint, lift the hips, so ribs are down. As you bring the back down to its imprinted position, good, and then exaggerate that imprint, and lift the hips. And back down. So as you come back down, don't let the back arch and push the ribs apart. Keep the back firmly against the mat the whole time. So we're never switching the abs off, they're always engaged during this exercise. Good, 3 more. Lift and lower, so just coming back, we're losing our exaggeration, the imprint, but we're maintaining the imprint. Good, and one last one, rolling back down. Keep squeezing the back into the mat. Roll the hips back, lifting the hips up, and then back down into the imprinted position, and then finally relax the abs and let the ribs pull apart. Good, we're going to try that on one leg next. So we're going to bring the left foot onto the mat, right knee to tabletop, bring the ribs down, imprint the spine, lift the hips, and lower, and exaggerate that imprint, keep the back imprinted, and lift, 2, and back down, and lift, 3, and back down, good, 4. So when you come down, don't let the back arch, keep it imprinted the whole time, so the abs are constantly engaged. Good, 4 more, 3 more, keep squeezing the ribs together, 2, last one, and then rest back down. Good, and relax the back. When you get to the top of the bridge, you're going to want those ribs to push forward. You want to keep them in, so you really want to bring the focus as you lift the hips up more towards the ribs and keep pulling them down and in. At the start, when you're lifting the back up and just as you're rolling it back down, you want your focus to be on the imprint and maintaining it. We'll switch over to the right leg now. So right foot is on the mat, left leg to tabletop. Engage the core, so imprinting and bring the ribs down. Squeeze the rib cage together and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. So as you come down, maintain that imprint. 4. Good. At the top, don't let the ribs push apart. Keep them down and in. 6, 7, 8, 9. One last one. 10. And back down. And then bring the left foot down. And now relax the core and relax the ribs. Create a little arch in the low back. Next set, we're going to come back up into a bridge. We're going to straighten the right leg. 10 pulses straight up and down. And straight away, we're going to bring the leg in and out to the side 10 times. So we're not going to take a break between the two of them. Imprint the spine. Lift the hips up into a bridge. Straighten the right leg. And 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that right hip up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right foot to the side. 1, 2. Right hip stays up. 3. And right toes stay pointing to the ceiling all the time. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee and bring the hips back down. So when you're sliding the leg out to the side, make sure the toes stay pointing to the ceiling as you slide out. Don't let the hip externally rotate and have the toes pointing across. You want them all the time pointing up towards the ceiling, so you're sliding that heel out towards the side. So same again on the left leg. Imprint the spine, lift the hips up nice and high. Keep that left hip extended, keep the left hip nice and high as we straighten the left leg, and 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slide the leg out to the side. 1, 2, 3. Think about sliding the heel, not the toes. 5. Keep the left hip high. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee and bring the ribs back down and the back onto the mat. Now we'll imprint the spine. Reach the hands down towards the bottom of the mat. Tuck the chin in. Roll the chin up into the chest and increase the work in your upper abs. We're really on thinking about rolling the head up and shoulders up as high as we can. So chin to the chest, head and shoulders up. Bring the tips of the shoulder blades off the mat and beat the hands. 2, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. And in. 2, 4, 5. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, into, 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 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then roll back down onto the mat. So what we're going to do, we're going to do another set of hundreds in a minute. We're going to keep the feet in the same position. What we're going to do is to take the pressure away from the imprint, and I want to bring your awareness more towards the lower ribs and to get those muscles just here working really, really hard. So instead of having your usual roll up, where you roll the chin and chest up to here, what I want you to do is be pulling the chest up an inch or two higher. So you're rolling up a little bit more, like that. It's not a big difference, but you notice is this part of your back, these ribs, start to lift up. So it's an extra rib or two lower than normal would, lifts up off the mat, and that means we can work those upper abs even more and bring our attention towards there. So we're going to go for another set of hundreds now, the exact same. So we're not going to make it harder for the lower abs, we're going to try and roll ourselves up higher and really work on those upper abs. So hands by the side again, bring the shoulder blades back and then down away from the ears, so reach the hands to the bottom of the mat, tuck the chin in, roll the chin into the chest, lifting the head and shoulders up, and then roll it a little bit more and beat the hands 2, 3, 4, 5, breathe out, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you feel like you're slipping, use your hands to pull yourself up, but hold yourself there. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, last one, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, rest the head back down, and rest down, and you really feel these muscles here working more than they usually do, and that's what we want, we really want to get those upper abs working. So the next one, we're going to straighten the legs down onto the mat, we're going to bring the hands back behind the head, and I'm going to give you an option here. If you want to try and bring more of a focus to your upper abs, we're going to roll up, and we're going to reach the hands up towards the ceiling. What this does is you throw the arms forward, you lose the momentum from the hands, it only comes to here, and you have to really work these muscles to pull yourself up. If you want to make it a little bit easier for yourself, we're going to reach the hands out in front, so the option's up to you. So arms forward, chin to the chest, rolling up. If you bring the hands all the way forward, you get a lot of momentum there, and control down onto the mat. If you reach up towards the ceiling, you're only get the momentum to here, and then the upper abs have to really work that little bit more. And then back down. 2, 3. So we're going to try and reach up towards the ceiling. 4, shoulders away from the ears. Back down. 5. And down. 6. And down. The more you slow it down, the more you're going to get that work on the upper abs as well. 7. 8. 9. Slowly back down. And for the last one, you're going to slow the hands down as you bring them forward. So we're going to slow it down a little bit. Rolling up. Chest comes forward at the end. Straightening the spine. Working those low traps and lower thoracic extensors. And then back down onto the mat and rest down. And that brings us into the next group of exercises where we're going to start to work the lower back a little bit more. So for these, we're going to keep the legs straight on the mat. We're going to bring the hands back behind the head again. And we're going to roll back up into sitting. So arms forward, rolling up. It's a bonus roll up there. And then we're going to bend the knees, feet back either side of the mat. Hips, knees, ankles, all at 90 degrees. Try and extend the elbows as much as you can. Twist the shoulder blades out and back. And we're going to extend the right knee and bend. and left. Good. 2 on the right, 2 on the left. 3 on the right, 3 on the left. And to really focus on those lower traps, think about really squeezing those shoulder blades together as tight as you can. Good, halfway there. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades. Good, this isn't difficult on the legs really, it's more about the shoulder blades. Again, bring that emphasis towards them. Good, 2 more, each leg. And the last one. Good, and then rest the shoulders and come back down. So, like around the pelvis, the glutes at the back, work with the lower abs to the front. As we come to the ribs, the upper abs at the front move up a level and they work with the muscle at the back. So, as the body goes up, the muscles crisscross and they work together. And that's what we're doing, is we're working the next level up and tying those two in at the same time. So again, into the same position, pinch the shoulder blades back, ankles, knees, hips 90 degrees, pinch the shoulder blades. Think about twisting your elbows in towards each other, the point of the elbow again. And we're going to extend both legs and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rest down. And relax the shoulders again. Next one, we're going to draw circles with the right leg and we're going to go clockwise. So we bring the foot out to the side and down and around and back in. So again, pinch the shoulder blades back. We'll keep the left heel on the mat, straighten the right leg, and I want you to bring your focus towards the shoulder blades. Really squeeze them together. Lower the right foot down and climb clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch legs, straighten the left leg, and this one goes anti-clockwise. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep the right knee still, but focus on the shoulder blades, keep squeezing together. 2, 1, bend the left knee, and then again, rest back down. One last one, we're going to do pulses on each leg. We're going to go for 10 on each side. We're not going to take a break between them. We're going to really focus again on the shoulder blades, squeezing together as tight as you can. So chest comes forward. Think about the point of the elbow. Instead of pointing straight back and out to the side, we're going to twist them in so they point towards each other. So twist the elbows in, extend them. Keep the left heel on the mat, straighten the right leg. 1. Drop the heel all the way to the mat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you lift the leg up, down at the back, collapse. Really push those ribs forward. 9, 10. Switch legs. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the left knee and then roll back down, nice and controlled, onto the mat, and then we're going to turn over onto our stomachs. Pinch the shoulder blades back and down, so pull the shoulder blades away from the ears, lift the elbows up off the mat, imprint the spine, so squeezing those ribs down towards the pelvis, and lift the arms, head and chest up just an inch, back down. Keep squeezing the abs and the glutes, and lift and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rest back down. Relax the glutes and relax the abs. We're going to go again, but this time we're just going to leave the 2 legs hovering up off the mat a couple of inches. We're going to come back to that same position again. So lifting the upper body up and down, but we're going to keep the 2 legs hovering the whole time. So lift the 2 legs, squeeze the abs, pull the shoulders down away from the ears, lift the arms and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rest back down. For the next set, we're going to do them all together. So we're going to lift your body and the legs at the same time. And again, squeeze the abs as much as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the arms and legs back down. For the next variation, we're going to straighten the arms out in front. I'm going to keep the legs down at the start. I'm going to lift the arms, head and chest. So tuck the chin in, rest the forehead on the mat, or turn your head to the side and rest the cheek. Bring the shoulders away from the ears and keep the elbows as straight as you can. Squeeze the abs and glutes. We're going to leave the legs on the ground. Lift the hands, head and chest, and lower. Chest, head, hands. Hands, head, chest, chest, head, hands. Good. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rest back down. For the next set, we're going to lift the legs again. So 2 legs up a couple of inches, arms straight out in front, shoulders away from the ears. Lift the hands, head, chest, and lower. Hands, head, chest, and lower. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the feet hovering. 6, 7, 8. Shoulders away from the ears. 9. Last one. 10. And rest the arms. Rest the legs back down. For the last one, we're going to lift both the arms and the legs. And we're going to move the arms up and down in opposite directions, and the legs up and down in opposite directions. So chin is tucked in again, arms are reaching in front, pull the shoulder blades away from the ears, squeeze the abs, lift the arms and legs, and beat the arms and legs up and down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the arms and rest the legs back down. Good. Last one on the stomach. Let's have a little ring. Hands back by your side. Chin is tucked in, head is resting on the mat again. We're going to twist the hands out and up and lift the chest up. 1, 2, 3. Keep the hands as close to the body as you can. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Twisting the thumbs up. 10. And rest back down. Good. We're going to turn onto our side next. So, hand resting underneath our block, head resting on top of the block, back lined up at the back of the mat, little sweep forward at the hips, and the feet come down to the front of the mat. Keep the right leg on the mat. We're going to push the top heel away, lift the leg 1 foot, and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the top leg up, straight into little circles. 1, 2. Keep the pelvis still. 3, 4, 5. Push the heel away from the body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Change directions. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rest the leg down. Next we're going to go into big circles. Have a short rest, into cycling forward and backwards. Short rest, and we're going to lift and lower the bottom leg just like last week. So next one, push the heel away from the body. It's really important as you lift this leg up nice and high to push the heel away again at the top. So push the heel down, kick the leg forward, up, back and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9, 8. Don't let the hip roll back. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rest, leg down. Second last one on this side. We're going to cycle forward and back. So pick the top leg up until it's parallel with the floor. We're going to cycle forward. 1. As you bend the knee, make sure it stays parallel to the floor. The shin stays parallel to the floor and the knee doesn't drop down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest the leg down. The last one on this side, we're going to lift the top leg up 1 foot into the air, hold it there as we bring the bottom leg up and down to touch it. Lift the top leg up, hold it, and the bottom leg comes up. 1, 2, you might find it's easier with the top hand on the mat. 4, 5, gives you a little bit of stability. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs down. Good. We're going to stay on this side just before we turn over. Grab the front of the top ankle, stretch the leg back, keep the spine imprinted, pulling that leg back until you feel stretched along the front of the left thigh. Good. Make sure you don't let that back arch. Perfect. And now we're going to turn over onto the opposite side. I'm going to repeat the same series. So again, back lined up to the back of the mat, hand underneath our head block, head resting on top of the block. Little sweep forward the hips down towards the front of the mat. Hand on the top of the hips so you feel what's going on. And for the first one, make sure the hips don't come up and down. So we're going to push that heel away from the body, lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rest the leg down. Sorry, straight into circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm being too nice on this side. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. Good. Now, as you're doing the little circles, make sure the pelvis doesn't rock forward and backwards. We want to keep those circles going round nice and still, and keeping your pelvis here as a solid foundation for that leg to move from. One last one, and now resting. So the same thing is important with this. Make sure the hips don't roll back and forward, and as you lift the leg up, that hip doesn't hitch up towards the shoulder. Lift the top leg an inch, push the heel away, and circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then rest the legs in. Cycling forward is next. Lift the top leg, shin parallel to the floor, and cycle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that knee up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Backwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And rest the leg down. Last exercise, lift the top leg up into the air, lift the bottom leg to touch it, and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Rest the legs down. Top hand grabs the front of the top ankle, imprint the spine or bend the bottom knee, and then pull the top leg back and keep the back flat. Getting a nice stretch along the front of the thigh, and make sure there's no pinching in the back or no tension there. Perfect. Rest the legs down, and then we'll come back and we'll finish with that. I hope you enjoyed the class. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.